Welcome guys, we have a special game here. I'm gonna show you the map soon, but first let's present the players. In the color green, playing as the Crush's Legacy, it is Beastie against his opponent playing as the Japanese. It's Anotand. Guys, welcome to this map. It's called Moving Out, and you have an island here in the middle, very small one. You only have wood. Apparently. You have some fish here, so definitely water is gonna be a big issue. But if you see, there is no other resource here. You need to move out to get resources like gold, stone, more food, and you know there is a space for you to use a transport ship. So let's see how these players play this game, because this is a very interesting map. It's gonna be used on EGCTB this tournament. I don't know when this video will go up, but definitely go check EGCTB up. Should be up these weekends during this month, and we're gonna having really cool matches. So let's get back into the game, because it's gonna be very interesting. Both players opening up with a dog. Just gonna be thinking about getting some fishing ships. There's not much you can do actually. No transport ship or whatever, just get the food out of the way. I'm probably thinking about moving out later. Both players have a, let's just call it their own space. Another important thing is that there is a big cliff here, so you cannot just land anywhere you want. You have these 4 areas where you can just land with your ship and then get your resources nearby. But you cannot just land here because there is a huge cliff. Let me see if I can take a look at the players. I cannot. Look at that. It's a beautiful screenshot. There you go. You can only go out here. So this limits the choice of where you want to land. And so it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be really interesting. Like playing this kind of game. I mean, for me, Age of Empires 4 was about, like, you know, not only about fighting in the land, but also, you know, this kind of thing of, you know, getting the transport ship, move to other lands, get resources, start securing. You know, kind of like when you play Age of Empires 2 as a kid. The same here. It gives me that feeling. Obviously, in 1v1s, things can get a little bit different. So I'm really curious to see how this turns out. We see the first transport ship, and obviously Japanese have a small advantage here because they do get fishing ships cheaper, so they can just get enough food and just go there for the gold. Looks like it's just gonna be 3 villagers on the gold. You know what will be very interesting to think about putting a second TC here. Just a second TC, just to secure the land, because if you lose the villagers here, you need to move out again and just, you know, mine those resources. So probably we're gonna see that. And we see a second dot coming up for Beastie. Only 1 dock for Anotand so far. No transport ship yet. It's very funny, whenever you create the ships to that transport ship, taking a look at the opponent's ships. Beautiful stuff. I don't know why, but I cannot see where they created. Even these, like, take a look. They're creating the transport ship, and I don't see it here. Is it only for the dogs? Is it for this map? Have I not noticed before? It's very strange. But if it doesn't work for a lot of maps, I would love this to be fixed one day. Looks like we're gonna see the Coca Township for Anotand. Just getting those shinobis out. Not just sabotaging those docks. We see the first transport ship. Look at Anotand. He's just trying to block him, just to try to get some seconds. And he's trying to. He did got some seconds for himself, and it's 3 villagers as well for Beastie. Looks like Anotand has been scouting the whole map, and he's gathering a lot of sheep here, which arguably you wouldn't need if you have the water. But at the same time, what happens if you lose the water? You want to have a backup, and you know, might as well get a scout in this area because there's nothing to scout in the middle of the map. Let's take a look at Beastie's vision. He just got here. He's gonna put meditation gardens next to the... He's gonna get the gold, the stone, and plenty of wood, I believe. Which he will need a lot. Both players will need a lot of wood. The first shinobi is out. There's walls here, but I believe the shinobis can just blink through here and just do what they need. Do what you gotta do. So I don't think that's gonna stop him if he does the blink. He needs some archers, or maybe just just a military ship. A military ship will be just more than enough. But meditation gardens is just taking some time. The Wada, it's already out. First gathering upgrade for the Japanese. Meanwhile, see the first ship is gonna be a junk, just fighting those fishing ships. I'm busy, a little bit greedy with the dogs. They're already having 3 dogs. Meanwhile, Anotand having 2 dogs so far. Only 2 dogs. Probably because he's thinking, hey, if he sabotage 1 dog, I have another one. There we go, 4 dogs here for BC. And looks like he does have another transport ship. Looks like he's gonna send the scout here. He didn't do that before. Never mind, it's just a villager. It looks like the shinobi is actually not really interested in those dogs. He's just going there directly into Beastie's base. He's building a barracks here. So you're starting to have the first production building outside of the small island. It's gonna be the barracks. We're gonna see some samurai or onabugeisha. BC already have the outpost, so he also gonna have a stone to get the emplacements really soon. As long as this scout leave the place, otherwise just not gonna get much stone per minute. It's like BC is gonna protect this area from the fishing boats. And Anotand already have the barracks. Gonna chop some wood here. There's some hidden sheep under the wood line. Looks like another outpost is gonna go up for Beastie in his side of the map. More villagers are migrating. More military ships are also as well here. It looks like onabugeishas are just gonna be a choice for him. Never mind, not onabugeishas. It's gonna be samurai. It's gonna get the feudal upgrade first. Meanwhile, BC just building a very cheap wall just to let his villagers mine some gold. Probably thinking about going for Castle Age. That's probably a thing. You don't want to stay in the feudal age for a long time here. You know what civilization could be actually good here? You got the French or Jeanne d'Arc. You can just instantly put pressure into your opponent's base. Or your dogs or whatever. It's just having a Night Civ. It's just gonna be very good. Looks like these villagers are gonna finish the wall. Gonna finish the gate first. Forget about the gate. And obviously this part of the wall haven't been finished. There you go. Looks like Hardened Samurai not really paying attention. Looks like he has other issues here to worry about. That's the problem with water maps. There's so much multitasking going on that sometimes you just need to leave things on automatic and just pray for the best. Like you cannot just control everything. And the problem with that, leaving things in automatic at this point in the game, where you only have like 70 military units, it's like you don't get much value out of them. Like whereas in Imperial Age, where you have like 50 military units fighting, you will replace them very soon as soon as they die. And you don't really care about the minor details, but at the beginning the micro can be quite important. Look at the scout, slow but steady, taking down the meditation gardens. Meanwhile, BC trying to fight for the water. Both players focusing on the military here on the water. Looks like it's gonna be very important for you to secure the water. There's plenty of deep water fish here, so you're gonna have that for yourself. You're gonna be in a really good position. More military ships coming for bot players. Meanwhile, still chopping wood. Remember, there will be a point in the game where the wood is chopped and they can just go through the other's base, which can be very, very interesting. Let's take a look at Anotand. He's just mining gold here. Nothing much going on in his side of the base. The landmark, however, for Beastie is here. And with that, his second landmark is here. So, gotta be careful not to lose this one. Otherwise, you have the potential of, you know, someone just go and mass rams here just to take down your town center. That could actually be the play here. Just landmark snipe rush. That's how I will call it. Just before it's too late, before the game escalates, just snipe the landmarks as soon as possible. And probably Abbasit's very good with that. They don't need to research siege engineering and just right away put a ram there. Mass some archers and slow but steady take down the town center. Move out to other landmarks of the game. Looks like Beastie will move his ships next to the villagers of his opponent. Meanwhile, Anotand having arrows lead placements on those docks. So it's gonna be pushing Beastie away. He's now having some military advantage. I see more ships coming from Anotand. However, Beastie has 4 demo ships, which can be game changer if he managed to connect with those ships. So you gotta be playing very careful here. Military ships are starting to get a little bit scary. More outposts coming up for Beastie, just all along the side of the island. Looks like this is where the battle will focus for now. Just ignoring the scout out there, just taking down the meditation gardens. Anotand just taking down another dock. Leaves Beastie with 2 dogs. You cannot run out of dogs in this map. If you run out of dogs, you're gonna be in trouble. You cannot move out. That's basically the rule here. Scout halfway there. And looks like Beastie will finally engage. There are some demo ships out there for Anotand as well. Bot players keep chopping wood in the middle. Eventually the 2 worlds will collide. 2 worlds will collide. So far, no one has been moving out villagers yet. Now looks like there's gonna be a big fight. There's no way to run here. Demo ships are out there as well. You gotta be careful not to touch them. Bot players manage to take down demo ships from each other, so there is no demo ship advantage for bot players. It looks like Beastie won't have the military numbers to push here in this area. And Anotand keeps pumping units. I don't know much math, but I feel like Anotand has just way more ships here. Maybe just the way the ships are designed, you know, they have a curve in the, in the sailing clothes. That's why they look bigger. Demo ship also not gonna happen. You gotta be very careful with those demo ships. Very, very careful. Because if they explode nearby you, even if you kill it, you will take the damage. So it's gonna be very tricky. Meanwhile, Beastie putting outposts everywhere here, just to make sure no one crosses into his land. Well, Scout just doing a one-man army job. And this doesn't look very well for Beastie. He's losing the water. Here we have a couple of transport ships. Did he move out already? You gotta be careful not to lose. That's the problem with those transport ships. It's like you need to move out in a very sneaky way. You're gonna put more docks here. You cannot move out next to your opponent's base, otherwise when your ship sinks, it's gonna sink with all your villagers inside. Looks like he's gonna have operation, sneaky operation here. Just call the transport ship while everything is burning here. Just like that. And there you go. It's a transport ship. It's a thing now. he moved out 13 villagers. I don't know if he managed to move out more. He did. He did quite a lot of villagers. Still quite a few villagers here mining wood. They're gonna be the chosen ones to stay here for a while. And looks like Beastie will lose the water here. Villagers just repairing meditation gardens. At this point, I can just put a villager here, just kill all the sheep. Look at that, scout already came to save the day. At the same time, Beastie is aging up with the Shaolin Monastery. However, it's not gonna be so far from Anotand to aging up if he wants to. He doesn't need to invest into more military ships now. He can just have all the food for himself. Just gather more gold here. And Beastie ages up. He's gonna be able to grab some relics with the Shaolin Monastery. Capture Sacred Site. And get this relic nearby his base. It's like the dogs will be going down slow but steady. Transport ship and the junks, they look very similar. More transport ships here. And Beastie's docks are going down. It's like he lost access to water. He does have the villager advantage for now. Looks like he's losing all his fishing boats, so for some reason he does have more villagers than his opponent. I'm not exactly sure why, but he does have more. It's like Beastie killed a lot of villagers here with those ships. Barak's still here. And with that, these two should be the last dogs from Beastie. Denying the water for him completely. Now where does Beastie goes from here? Because he already lost the water. He's grabbing some relics. He's on H3. He's getting some palace cards. Let's take a look at where are his production buildings. There you go. Production buildings are just here. He's getting some palace cards. And he's gonna start rallying those across the map. Just to make sure all the resources are protected for him. Shaolin Monk is gonna gather the relic here. Meanwhile, the wolf. Never mind, it's no wolf now. There you go. He was a wolf. Let's take a look at where is what's Anotand's vision. Look at Beastie's vision. He has vision all over the map with those palace guards. Palace guard here, palace guard there. He's basically guarding the 4 sides where his opponent can land. And I wouldn't be surprised if you just wall here that your opponent cannot land. Maybe that's a thing we're gonna see in this map, in these tournaments. Another outpost coming here. It looks like Anotand is macroing for going castle. Beastie already have a trebuchet here. Gonna have another one. Gonna be taken down. The town center is gonna be the one that is going down first. Probably thinking about getting more traps. And the floating gate is being built somewhere in this map. Let's take a look. Where is the floating gate? The floating gate is in the small island. That's very risky. Oh, your opponent has 3 trebuchets here. He's protected by a wood line. And all your landmarks are here. It's not really a way to fight back. Like, I mean, you technically you have that shinobis, right? But you need to start making some production here in this island, or just moving out some infantry for yourself, or some springles to deal with those. And Beast is already walling here, the sides of this map, making sure he doesn't land in this area. And look at Anotand's vision. He's stuck on a base with only wood. Like, even if you're in Castle Age, I guess you will just have to sell food for gold. I think that's the only way. Because even if you're in Castle Age, you don't have access to gold. This island, it's only half wood. And you need some units. You need some units. Looks like this barracks also went down. And indeed, Anotand is in a very tough situation now. Yoroshiro is inside the barracks. Looks like he's gonna have those samurais, but he's lacking the gold to produce more. Probably he's just selling some wood and gold. There you go. It's starting to sell some of those. You can already see that, like, the rate he already sold some, like, sell some food for gold. Town center is going down, the only town center of Anotand, which means these are the villages remaining for him. Meanwhile, he's massing more samurai. At the same time, BC walling up the rest of the map. He's already walled all these areas. He's having 3 relics for himself. Still, I believe there is only 1 relic left. You can also go for a sacred side victory. I mean, your opponent can go out of his base. It looks like the samurai already arrived. They're gonna have to deal with those arrow cannon sleeting placement towers. Shinobi's just be there tanking damage, and looks like he's gonna take down the siege of BC. Trebuchet gonna go down. I feel like a single nest of bees would have made things totally different here. It looks like the siege is gonna go down, and now Beast is using his Pringles to take down the remaining ships he sees. They're actually very good against ships. They do 30 base damage, but plus 65 against ship and siege. So technically they are an anti-ship unit. And while Sacred Side victory approaching. Wow, this is the poorest island, man. Only wood. Only wood. Nothing but toilet paper. Demo ship out. Not being used at the moment. There's too many things going on for these players. Now the good thing is that Anotand still has the water. So he just needs to push here with his military ships. The trebuchet problem, it's out for the moment. It's not gonna... They're not gonna bother. And he's also building some rams. What are you thinking about just moving out this samurai here just to kill all those villagers? But at the same time, they can garrison in all those outposts and the town center. So you definitely need the rams. And there you go. It's just gonna be spearman. Not even veteran spearman, it's just spearman. They don't even have pants here. You gotta be careful not to lose those battering rams. Can these units go through this area? They can. And now he's moving all the units here. Looks like he will get control of this small island. I don't see any way BC protects this island. He's building a transport ship just to take the villagers remaining. The question is the Dox gonna be alive with those battering rams? Looks like it will. He will successfully escape for now. Transport ship is already out. It's gonna be moving out those villagers running for their life. And they managed to get out alive. A couple of transport ship. One of them have the people, another one doesn't have it. Oh my god. Leave the villagers. What? He doesn't do any kind of damage. It didn't do any damage to those. It only does is that a bug or is that intended? Like the demolition ship is a very expensive ship. It's 80 wood, 80 gold, and they do a lot of damage. So let me see if I can find one here. I need to confirm my theory. I don't see any other demo ship. It should have done way more damage. I'm sure of it. Looks like BC is gonna lose his town center. However, he's going up to Imperial. I already have a keep here, protecting the sacred sites. Building the Temple of the Sun. Next to here, just because why not? And now Anotand has a mission. Anotand needs to move out. There's a couple of Yoroshiros here, so production is not gonna be an issue for him. He still has his town center, so he's gonna be pumping villagers. And now he's moving everyone to these transport ships. And you need those military ships or those demo ships to attack here. Just take down those walls very fast. Let's take a look at Anotand's vision. He's still stuck in the small island. And he taps out. Well played by these two players. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. It's a very wild match. Very different for sure.